Hi class, good day. This is Miss Del Torre, and this time we're going to talk about the scientific revolution. So this period started 1440 to 1690 AD, and from the title itself, okay, it is a period where great intellectual achievements that lead to the radical changes in the scientific inquiries occurred. So we're going to talk about some of the key figures who have contributed and pioneered the scientific revolution. So ba't nga ba revolution yung term dito? Kasi nga 'di ba, whenever we hear the term revolution, it means as if there's like some physical war ongoing. But this one class, wala naman talagang literal na war na nangyari, no? But it's um, an event, a period where, you know, um, a certain like founding concept about things started to shift because we learn our environment, or we learn new things about environment in an empirical way or in a scientific way. So let's start first with Nicholas Copernicus. Okay, what he contributed that changed the way we view the universe is yung concept of heliocentric model of the universe. So what does that mean? From the term itself, heliocentric, meaning helio, sun, centric, center. So he proposed that the sun is actually the center of the universe, which is contrary to the first belief that we have, according to Ptolemy, that the Earth is actually the center of the universe. Ang tawag dun sa model ni Ptolemy na Earth is the center of the universe is geocentric, from the prefix geo, 'di ba? And centric. So dahil yun nga yung unang idea natin, no, that the Earth is the center of the universe, when Nicholas Copernicus introduced this one, syempre ang daming kumbaga basher during that time kasi lalong-lalo na during these days, no, during the olden days, 'di ba sabi nga natin, the prominent figures in the society are those associated with the church. So mostly the beliefs that we have in pertaining to the our environment is something that is biblical by nature ang explanation, or related sa religion or sa Bible. Kung ano yung sinasabi ng church, that is the explanation to it. And they supported, no, si Ptolemy, but eventually were able to establish this one kasi after Nicholas Copernicus' heliocentric model of the universe, okay, Johannes Kepler was able to state naman that all planets revolve around the sun in an elliptical, not circular orbit. Okay, so si Nicholas Copernicus, again, he mentioned that the sun is the center of the universe. That's the heliocentric model. By the way, he also determined the arrangement of planets with respect to Sun as the center, starting from Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, including the stars as well. Okay, with Johannes Kepler nga, again, the elliptical orbit, yun yung kanyang contribution. And that closer planets to the Sun move faster than the others who are farther away from it. Next naman is si Galileo Galilei. Okay, who had contributed a lot of things when it comes to the concept of motion. Like for example, he defined certain concepts associated to motion. He also expressed relationships, okay, of different variables associated to it. He even gave precise hypotheses in relation to motion, and um, generally everything that is very important when it comes to the context of motion, he established it. Okay, he discovered as well the relations among different variables in physics, such as distance, velocity, acceleration, and the law of inertia. Though law of inertia kasi 'di ba, we associated to whom? To Isaac Newton. Kasi nga he established three laws of motion. So we all know it, the law of inertia, acceleration, and interaction, or sometimes action reaction, no? Yung tawag dun sa law of interaction. Law of inertia, ito common na sa atin 'tong lahat, no, since high school na i-mention or na-i-discuss na yan sa physics class ninyo, 'di ba sabi, an object at rest will remain at rest and an moving object will remain in motion, not unless, no, acted upon by an external unbalanced force. Yung pinaka-common na experiment na associated with it is yung mga magician trick, 'di ba? When you try to like pull, uh, suddenly yung tablecloth, even if may mga utensils on top of it, still it's not going to move. Why? Because you only applied force doon sa tela, sa tablecloth, not directly doon sa mga objects na nandoon. So, technically, those objects where no unbalanced force were being applied, they're going to keep, no? They're going to keep their state. If they are at rest, they're going to stay at rest. If they're in motion, then they'll continue to move. That's the concept of law of inertia. Whereas for law of acceleration, ito pinaka-common to, 'di ba? Yung formula pa nga na ginagamit natin dito is what? Acceleration is equals to force over mass. Ang sabi nga natin, acceleration once again is a product of what, or I'm sorry, is produced when a force acts on a specific mass. Okay? There's an invert or inverse relationship between force and mass pagdating sa acceleration. The higher the force, okay, the lower the mass, and vice versa. Sa law of interaction naman po, okay, for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. This is usually common, no, when it comes to what? Halimbawa, when you punch the wall, why does it hurt? Or like, um, the more force you exert in punching the wall, the greater the pain you're going to receive. Why? Because the same amount of force will go back to you. Okay, that's law of inertia. Kumbaga, that's actually applicable in all aspects of life anyway, right? So, Isaac Newton as well is associated with or related to the concept of law of universal gravitation. Sa kanya din po siya nanggaling, where he mentioned a particle in the universe, or particle rather, in a universe attracts every other universal particle using a force that directly is proportional to the product of their masses and inversely to the square of the distance between their centers. So, ayan po yan. The example of this is the diagram in between the moon and the earth. Okay? So again, it shows the relationship of two particles that are attracting one another. Okay? Um, their the product of their masses are proportional to each other and inversely proportional to the ratio of the distance between their centers. Or typically, kapag distance between their centers, what we're looking for is what, yung ratio or radius rather. Radius, 'di ba? Radius. Ayan po siya. Actually, they are the four key features or figures when it comes to scientific revolution. Pero marami pa po yan. Okay, again, si Nicholas Copernicus sa heliocentric model, si Johannes Kepler sa elliptical orbits, si Galileo Galilei sa work of motion or motion concepts rather, Isaac Newton sa three laws of motion as well as sa law of universal gravitation. Okay, next one is the Industrial Revolution, started 1750 up to 1895 AD. Here, it covers the complex technological innovations leading to the substitutions of machine and inanimate power for human skill and human and animal forces. So, unti-unti na po tayong nagbago. From, again, no, yung pre-Columbian period up until scientific revolution, now industrial revolution naman. If industrial or scientific revolution started to ignite and like widen, okay, our knowledge about our natural world, industrial revolution naman started to explore other means to do work. Okay, here we're able to establish the like solid application of technology or scientific knowledge into technological products kasi we are now capable of mechanizing things. Okay? Ito yung period where a lot of factories were built. Okay, and actually, one distinct thing about Industrial Revolution as well is that this is the period when we have contributed large amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, leading to global warming because of the factories, the number of factories that was established in together with a lot of machines that are also produced during this time. So let's start with textile. Sa textile, ito po yung mga key or common notable industrial revolution products. Okay, kasi again nga, 'di ba, ang sabi natin, this is the time when machines substitute what human skill and animal forces. We are now diverting, okay, from the traditional use of human power or man manpower. Okay, we are now diverting our attention to the use of other machines, okay, in place of human forces. So, si water frame, root power loom, ito, cotton gin, and the fly shuttle, these are the products in the textile industries that are being used po. Mainly for weaving. Okay, weaving, getting thread out of wool and all. Itong fly shuttle, kaya siya tinawag na fly shuttle kasi it's, I don't know if you've seen like some, ano, yung traditional way of weaving, clothes, 'di ba may mga gano'n. Yung fly shuttle yun yung parang inihahagis ng pagganon and mabilis lang siya so that you can like have the thread properly aligned. Cotton gin naman is like a machine used to separate yung saan ba rin galing yung cotton, 'di ba, sa cotton tree. Tapos meron siyang, kumbaga meron pa siyang husk of some sort to get the cotton inside of it. So to remove the seed from that, you use cotton gin. Rude power loom is also used for weaving. Same goes with water frame. Okay. Next naman, when it comes to coal, iron, and steel, these are the key things. Una, we are now capable of using coke for iron smelting. Okay. Coke po, hindi to yung typical na coke na iniinom. No? Coke is actually like a carbon rich like parang lupa, no? It was drawn from rocks and soil, and it's actually being used for smelting iron po. Blast furnace naman, this is like it's like a smelting pit, okay, but in a way is a more advanced like type because it's capable of smelting iron faster than the traditional one. Puddling furnace naman, furnace, we all know it. Again, it still involves fire for smelting. So puddling furnace is used naman for maintenance of low temperature, and then manufacturing cylinder methods um already started to boom during this time. Ito naman po for the construction of bridge and ship to make it faster than the usual, and the open hearth process for finer steel production. We also got for the transportation, mile-long canals are already present in England during the Industrial Revolution. Actually, yan, Europe yung isa sa mga nangunguna during this time in competing with, or yes, they're competing actually with the US during this time. Steamboat that could travel a 20-mile long distance, macadamizing for more durable roads. Ito yung parang inaaspalto yung mga roads, yung mga pavement para madaling, 'yun yung katulad ng common roads natin nowadays sa mga service roads, 'di ba parang iba yung structure ng, soil, 'di ba, na ginagamit. So ayan po siya. Puffing belly, ito yung traditional ano, traditional na parang trend, yung parang may umuusok kaya nga puffing, uusok sa taas. Though it was used to pull 8 coal wagons at 5 miles per hour. Um, Tapos steam engine, of course. Like, if you're going to think of it, kapag sinabing industrial revolution, steam engine is one of the greatest inventions that is like covering that entire period kasi nga we are harnessing no um, alternative sources of energy this time no aside from heat energy. Okay, 'di ba pag may heat, if we have water as well, we can produce steam, and that still can be converted no uh, into other forms of energy. So steam locomotive with steam blast are also present during this time, which can run at a speed of 29 miles per hour, and steamship that can cross the Atlantic Ocean. So again, no, we are now mechanizing things to make it faster, sturdier, better than the usual in comparison with kung gagamit lang tayo ng traditional human power. Sa communication, meron na tayong radio, electric telegraph, and telephone, no? So, radio for communicating wirelessly using radio waves, okay? Ito si Guillermo Marconi is the first one to invent a radio. Telephone naman for wired communication. Electric telegraph naman using electricity. Okay. Lighting naman, ito, we got the gas lighting nung una, then the Bunsen burner, and then eventually the electric light. For agriculture, we got seed drill. Ito obviously saan ba siya ginagamit? For distributing seed kay sa ating mga land para hindi na or mas mapabilis yung seed distribution. Stock breeding is already being practiced as well during this time. No? So we breed certain like species of poultry animals. Marling practice naman, marling, once again, this is to help the land, okay, or yung soil to be more fertile, okay, for agricultural purposes. So those are again some key contributions, inventions that we got during the industrial revolution. Again, the main theme in here is that we are converting yung labor from man into mechanized or machine. And this time as well, class, no, katulad ng sinabi ko, maraming factory ang na-establish during this period. Pero marami ring tao ang na-displaced dahil nga napalitan na nga sila ng mga machines. Okay. Kaya marami din yung kumbaga maraming nag-alsa or kumbaga ng bash during this time sa iba't ibang factory or owner. Kasi if you're going to look at it, 'di ba? Kung ikaw yung factory owner, it will be better for you to just use or buy machines rather than employing human being or several people kasi nga if it's machine, una sa lahat, di yun magrereklamo, it can work 24 hours, hindi siya napapagod, okay? Papalitan mo lang, lilinisin mo lang and all. And the pacing, okay? It's easier technically, or the production will be more than the usual number of production in comparison if tao yung gagawa. Pero ayun nga siya. Okay? Now let's transition into the 18th to 19th century. Ito naman po, this is the developmental stage of science and technology where science, technology, and yung industry, okay, shifted into common ground. Kumbaga nagkasundo na sila. Okay? This has allowed science to advance in different fields. So, let's start sa field ng physics. Okay? So, eto class, papasadahan lang po natin, no, yung mga key figures, inventors, and scientists that has contributed in different fields during the 18th to 19th century. Starting po with Charles Augustin de Coulomb sa physics. He's actually the one who come up with the law of electrostatic, okay, interaction and frictional electrostatic instrumentation. Kaya nga may Coulomb's law, 'di ba, sa physics. Ayan. Si Alessandro Volta naman, he's the one who invented the cell or the battery. Si Hans Christian Ørsted naman, yung idea that electricity can generate magnetism. Okay. While si Andre Marie Ampere naman, kumbaga, ano sila matchy-matchy sila ni Ørsted. He stated naman po that electric current can produce magnetism. So, parang baliktad nung Kai Orsted. Si Paul Ehrman naman, he is the first to measure the Earth's magnetism naman po or magnetic field. Um, Additionally, sa physics pa rin, si Michael Faraday, he's the one who discovered and conducted researches, no, showing that really magnetism generates electricity. And si James Clerk Maxwell yan, kilalang kilala yan sa electromagnetic spectrum, 'di ba? Si James Clerk Maxwell or si James Maxwell, he stated the unification theory of electricity and magnetism that they are like, they are like uh, partners or parang mag-asawa yan. You cannot have electricity without magnetism and vice versa. Something like that. When there's electricity and when there's electric field, there's also magnetic field being produced of perpendicular to it. Si Heinrich Hertz naman po, he discovered, detected, and produced. No, he is able to conduct experiment to produce or show the production of radio waves. Tapos yung X-ray naman, which is again still an example of um, magnetic waves. I'm sorry, um, electromagnetic wave is si Wilhelm Röntgen po. He discovered X-ray. Sa chemistry naman, si Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit, he's the first one to um, like come up with the first mercury thermometer, whereas Benjamin Franklin distinguished negative and positive charges naman. Maliban sa siya ang face ng dollars, he also is the one, I don't know if you could recall it, pero yung experiment sa kite and then there's lightning, that's the one which allowed him to further investigate the existence of negative and positive charges. And then si Anton Laurent Lavoisier, okay, he is known to be like the modern chemistry father or the father of modern chemistry. He performed combustion experiments and made chemistry a science. Si Henry Cavendish naman, he is the one who had the idea that oxygen combustion can produce water. Additionally, under chemistry still, we got John Dalton. Again, kilalang kilala siya sa atomic theory. Okay? Si J.J. Thomson naman, or si Joseph John Thomson, he discovered the electron. Si Humphrey Davy and si John Jacob Berzelius, they're the one who contributed into the discovery of new elements sa periodic table. Tapos yung pong mga pioneer naman ng organic chemistry. Again, what is organic chem? It's the study of carbon-containing compound. Si Auguste Laurent and si Charles Gerard. Sa biology naman, we got Robert Hooke, who discovered cell, okay? I mean, like, coined the term cell. Si Anton van Leeuwenhoek, he observed and discovered microorganisms using his own um, self-made microscope kasi he's a great lens maker. Okay? Si Carolus Linnaeus, actually itong Carolus Linnaeus na to, it's already his Latinized name. His name is Carl von Linné. He's the one who introduced the binomial system of naming plants and animals, or like, the binomial system of naming organisms. Yung mga scientific names, sa kanya po yun. Siya yung nagsabi na um, the organisms should uh, be identified using its genus and species. No? Si Mary Anning naman, she's the one who discovered the first ichthyosaurus fossil. Okay? And si George Cuvier, siya naman yung nag-found ng comparative anatomy as a science. Again, when you say comparative anatomy, you are comparing the anatomy of different organisms. Pwedeng for the purpose of knowing their evolution and knowing their anatomy and physiology. Sa biology naman still, we got si Robert Brown, who discovered the cell nucleus. Si Crawford Long, he's the one who used ether in surgical operation. So, to sanitize, okay, and ang tawag nito, to to make the operation table, what do you call this one? free from or safe from any possible contaminants to avoid further infection sa case ng mga or sa end ng mga patients. So, he's the one who started sanitizing things when it comes to surgical operations. Si Wilhelm wouldn't naman po. He's the one who introduced the experimental psychology, whereas si Charles Darwin, we all know him because of his theory of evolution. Okay, he's the one who discovered the mechanism behind evolution, which is natural selection. And then si Louis Pasteur naman for the vaccine against rabies and the concept or process of pasteurization. Okay? Sa biology pa rin still, we got si Daniel Hale Williams. He's the first one to perform open heart surgery. And then si Martinus Beijerinck naman, he is the one who discovered the first known virus. Come 20th century, okay, science and technology structurally and methodologically changed because a number of scientific theories were introduced, and obviously it had influenced technological works because of that. Starting with physics, we all know, no, kilala naman natin lahat si Albert Einstein and his theory of relativity, whereas si Ernest Rutherford naman, okay, during the 20th century, he discovered the proton. Class, I'm just showing you some, okay, because hindi uh, ibig sabihin sila lang. There's a lot of other inventors and scientists who contributed during this time. I'm just highlighting these some key figures po sa 20th century, okay? Si Werner Heisenberg naman, he's the one who come up with the matrix version of the quantum mechanics. Si Wolfgang Pauli naman, the principle of arrangement of electrons in an atom, he's the one who come up with that. When it comes to astronomy, si Edwin Hubble, he's the one who stated that the vast collection of stars actually can be considered as galaxies. Si Neil Armstrong, kasama niya si Buzz Aldrin, alam naman natin yan, they're the first person to walk on the surface of the moon. Si George Lemaitre, he's the one who published the Big Bang Theory. Si Clyde Tombaugh naman, he's the one who discovered Pluto. When it comes to chemistry, we got the following personalities. Si Mikhail uh, Vet, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his last name, but just make sure to check the spelling, okay? He's the one who had or proposed or technically performed paper chromatography. Si Neil Bartley naman, he stated the noble gases can be used or make compounds. No? Si Phoebus Levine naman, he is the one who discovered the pentose or the sugar component of the DNA, which is deoxyribose, while si Haroslav Herovsky, obviously they are Russian. Okay, he's known for or in the field of polarography. Okay, sa biology naman, we got James Watson and Crick. Obviously, hindi sila mawawala because in the 20th century, they are the one who discovered and proposed the DNA structure, which is double helix. Okay, tapos we also got si Wilmot. Okay, he's actually the one that worked with his colleagues to come up with the first ever clone organism using somatic nuclear transfer. And that is si Dolly. Ito po si Dolly, yung sheep. Okay, siya yung very first cloned organism from somatic nuclear transfer. Okay, si Rudolf Henisch naman, he's the one who first introduced DNA into a mouse embryo, while si Hugo de Vries, together with Carl Correns and Eric von Schermach, they rediscover some laws of genetics po. Okay? Though the pioneer of that naman, not technically the pioneer, pero a lot of people already like contributed a lot no pagdating sa laws of genetics. Sila yung mga recently nag-add up and expanded the field come 20th century. So earth science naman we had Andrea Mohorovičić. He's the one who discovered yung boundary, no? called as moho sa layers of the earth. Si Charles Francis Richter naman, he's the one who come up with the Richter scale, no? Yung earthquake intensity scale. Si Harry Hess naman, he's the one who discovered seafloor spreading. Okay? The reason why tectonic plates are moving because of seafloor spreading, right? Then si Walter Alvarez, he's the one who come up with the idea that the reason why dinosaurs extinct because there's a large comet that strike the Earth's surface. Okay? So, eto naman po, we're almost done. Some key like things and contributions during this period po to take note of in the field of biotechnology, communication, defense, energy, entertainment, information technology, medicine, and transportation. Ito po yung mga isi-share ko. Okay? So, with biotechnology, okay, during this time, biogas, 20th century, biosensor, DNA fingerprinting, gene cloning, and synthetic skin are already developed. For communication naman, AM radio, cellular phone, communication satellites, and fiber optics are already given. With defense, army tanks, atomic bomb, neutron bomb, and tear gas are already invented. For energy naman, we got biogas, neon light, nuclear fusion, nuclear power plant, nuclear reactor, and solar power. Sa entertainment-wise, kay malamang hindi na kayo masyadong maka-relate dito, no? Pero yung iba dito kasi na abutan ko pa naman, hindi pa naman ako ganun katanda, no? Pero animated cartoon film, yung Betamax video system, to cassette tapes na yan na naabutan ko pa yan. Okay, colored television, CD player, yan, motion picture sound, video cassette, video disc, video game, and video home system or VHS. Okay, I think yung Betamax, if I'm not mistaken, ito yung parang yung rectangular, yung parang um, hindi ko alam kung ang tamang term doon ay bala or what, pero yun yung ipinapasok, fini-feed doon sa ah, I'm not quite sure din as well. Kasi parang ang pagkakatanda ko nun during my elementary days, parang pa-phase out na rin yun, eh, nung time na elementary ako. Pero parang dati uso pa yung may TV na parang ipapasok mo lang siya doon ta's magpe-play na siya, gano'n. Pero sobrang laki niya, parang mas kasing laki ng book ata na regular book, gano'n. That's like Betamax video. Yung cassette tapes, ito yung parang may side A, side B pa. Tapos parang niro-roll ata ng, tawag nito, ng, ng pen or ng pencil, parang ganun. So that's it. Most likely, you haven't seen this anymore kasi nga, ano naman na kayo, no? This is 20th century, so 2000, year 2000 onwards. Sa ICT naman, okay, calculator, computer floppy disk, internet, laser printer, microcomputer, mini computer, and pocket calculator are already invented. When it comes to the medicine naman, we already got artificial heart, kidney, blood bank, electron microscope, fluorescence bronchoscope, hemopump, laser, MRI or yung magnetic resonance imaging, mammography, pacemaker, scanning electron microscope, test tube baby, or the IVF or in vitro fertilization, ultrasound or sonography, and X-ray lasers. And lastly, sa transportation naman, we got airplane, diesel locomotive or yung mga diesel-powered cars, helicopter, jet engine, jumbo jetliner, spacecrafts, monoplane and seaplane, space shuttle, and supersonic aircraft. So here, we can say that a lot has already occurred, no? Starting nung una, no? No, um, like pre-Columbian or I'm sorry, yes, pre-Columbian American period hanggang scientific revolution to industrial revolution. Actually, a lot of things really happened. And plus, take note as well that um, the reason behind the innovations are actually a lot. Okay, maraming factors yung kinonsider natin bakit at paano tayo nakaabot sa mga gantong level, no? Puwedeng natural phenomena lead to the development of certain invention. Puwede ding conflict such as war. Halimbawa ay World War I, World War II, yan. During this particular instances, okay, we are forced to adapt to the changes so that we can survive. So, let's say for example, yung pong discovery or invention ng mga communication devices, ng mga military related devices. Those are actually enhanced not just simply because we wanted to communicate better, but because during this particular period in our history, a lot occurred. Nagkaroon ng pandemic, okay? Nagkaroon ng mga wars, and let's say yung World War I and World War II, 'di ba? Those requires us to have better communication system. Thus, the invention of a better, okay, more convenient and more advanced communication devices. Okay? From wired, naging wireless na tayo, right? So a lot really occurred not just simply because we wanted to, but we have to. Okay, and a lot of things happen not just within us but in our environment as well. So ayan siya. Sorry baka nahihilo na kayo sa pagsiswitch ng mga slides. Just reviewing it, no? But that's actually all, no, for this particular section, starting the scientific revolution up until the 20th century. And I hope you learned something new this time. Thank you very much for listening, class. And that would be all po. Next topic will be all about the information age and at the same time to be followed